I feel like I always need something big to overcome in order to prove to myself that life was worth living, which is crazy because it's like all the small things as well, right?
Yeah. Well, welcome to the podcast.
Thank
Nat.
you.
Just Nat, right? Just
Yeah.
Nat.
Yeah, just not.
Thanks for coming down.
How you doing?
I'm good. I feel like we covered so much already.
Yeah, we talk too much.
Nah, it's all good. I'm doing well. Yeah. Are these some for the mute shoes? They're cool. Sorry, this is. See, I told you to get distracted so easily.
Are they what shoes?
Song for the mute.
I don't know.
They were a collab. For
Yeah, they were a
They
collab
are.
from a Sydney brand or
Yeah,
something.
Song for the mute.
Yeah.
I love that brand. Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks.
Good stuff.
She's Myron.
Yeah.
Sponsor us. Just tell us a little bit about life before July 2024.
Wow. Okay. I am the type of person that a lot of people would say I've lived like so many different lives because I was doing a lot before July 2024. I was a barista, became a barista trainer. I was, traveling around teaching people how to make coffee, making coffee everywhere. I hated the summer. So I kind of promised myself I wouldn't spend too much time in summer. So I left to Melbourne to go to Queenstown, and then went to Queenstown for I packed for 2 weeks, and then I didn't leave for 7 years. So I was in Queenstown for a year.
At what age?
I literally just got back in 2022, end of 2022, just at the start of MasterChef. No, 2023.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
What were you doing in Queenstown? Yeah.
Well, I was snowboarding. I love like the outdoors.
Shout out.
That's crazy. We had a guest yesterday, Lyndon, and he was a snowboarder as well. So.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is
That just
crazy.
happened. But yeah, so spent a year in Queenstown and then based myself in Wanaka, which is a town like not far, like an hour away from Queenstown. Tiny town of 8,000 people. And I kind of developed, I guess, like becoming the known barista person, and then became like a hospo consultant almost. Like I was helping people set up cafes, or I was helping people kind of like work out their, flow and systems. Like it was so old school. It's New Zealand. So
How did you gain that knowledge?
from working in cafes, like I started making coffee when I was probably like 15 years old, like in 2010. And didn't stop until like 2023. Like I was doing, I went back to coffee last year because I was so worried that I was going to be forgotten that like I went back
In
to
the
making...
coffee space? Or
Well, in the coffee space, but also like, I was like, what if this career of like so-called cooking never takes off? Like, so I wanted to like be present in the coffee world still. So I had like all this backup. Like I was meant to go to Toronto, and I was meant to go become like an area manager for a coffee roastery. So they were going to open a whole bunch of cafes, and I was going to manage like all these different cafes in Toronto and Canada. And then, so that was my backup plan. I still had flights. Like I kept, prolonging the flights and delaying them, whatever.
But why did you think that? Like, was your cooking career not like taking shape?
No, because, I didn't plan MasterChef. I wasn't going to go on there. I never intended to go on there. And I never really took my cooking seriously in that way because of like, everyone says it, like imposter syndrome is a very common thing. But because my mum's a chef and my whole entire family, like especially on my mum's side, has always cooked, it wasn't anything new. Like cooking and learning how to cook and our ability to cook is never praised. It's just like something you know how to do. So, yeah, everyone around me who wasn't my family members would tell me that I needed to go into cooking and that I needed to become a chef. But all my family was just like, go get a desk job. Like, you don't want to be working hospo. You don't want to like,
Because they worked in hospital.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
They worked in restaurants, and especially working in restaurants is something like you migrate to Australia to do because you can't speak English that well because like the only safe space is to make food. And so my parents were trying to avoid me doing that. So I did uni. Like my parents forced me to go to uni, and I wanted to drop out in year 10 to go to this hospitality school in Sydney. And they were like, no, you're not doing that. Like, you don't need to learn how to do hospo. You know how to do hospo. Like, go learn something else. Yeah. I feel like I kind of told the life story, sort of summarized it.
You did. That's good. So when you got into cooking, where were you physically at that time, and how was that transition like? From like coffee to cooking?
Well, I was still making coffee in New Zealand a lot. I was training people, but I got really into cooking because I was living in a town of 8,000 people. I really missed Thai food. I missed all the different kinds of Asian food that you can get in Melbourne. So I just started making everything. Like I started making ramen, I started making like Korean food, Thai food, and I was teaching myself by watching everything. And at the start, I kind of was like, oh, it's pointless because like a capsicum in Wanaka is like $8 each. Eggplants like $9 each.
Why is it so expensive? Sorry, can we put this out there? Why is I just got back from New Zealand, and it's like some things are a normal price, and some vegetables are so incredibly expensive. It's because they're hard to get.
I don't know.
They don't grow them in New Zealand. Like, what is this?
Probably imported.
Everything's imported. Australia is an amazing country in the sense that like everything can be grown everywhere around the country, especially in like.
Because there's so many
Queensland.
diverse clients.
Climates. So diverse climates. So I found ways to adapt because I was so stubborn that I was like, no, I want to eat dumplings, and I don't want to pay $24 for like 4 dumplings when, you know, I miss going to like Shanghai Dumpling House in the city. So I started making my own, learning how to make the dough because the dough was really expensive to buy. It was just like a whole bunch of stuff. And I realized that everyone else was missing the food from their hometown. So I started creating these like potlucks and asked people to bring food that they really liked from their hometown to these like potlucks. So do you know what potlucks are?
Yeah. You bring
a dish.
Yeah.
So the idea is you bring a dish, but people started coming and they were bringing a dish, but then the food wasn't great. And like, it was so funny. Like people would bring a dish in and I'm like, bro, this is like horrific.
This is trash.
It was trash. And so I started like a group of my friends where I'd ask them what they missed. And then I'd tell them to give me like a list of all these dishes. And then I would try and make them. And then I got known for like the person who could make like all these different cuisines, like all these dishes from different cuisines.
So you're self-taught, basically.
Yeah, never got trained. But my mom's a chef.
Okay.
Grew up around the restaurant.
Yeah.
But never went to like a cooking school
No.
or never did like an apprenticeship?
No.
Okay.
No.
Wow. Okay.
It's a lot. Yeah. Also, they're like quite like ambitious. It's just like, it seems like this would have taken up a lot of your time. You
It
like
did.
just usually get like fixated on things like that? Because I know before you were telling us you get distracted easily. Like it seems like you're pretty locked in on making this happen.
Cooking.
Yeah, I get distracted easily, but I am very like obsessive as well. So I used to have trouble sleeping, and you guys would probably think it's from coffee, but I swear it's not from coffee. But I would say, like, say if I go do a classic barista shift, I would wake up at like 5 a.m., start at 6 or 6:30, whatever. I'd come home at like 2, 3 p.m. I'd go skate, maybe go for a run. I'd come back home and then just start prepping all this food. And sometimes I'll be making food until like 2 a.m. in the morning, sometimes 3. And like, I remember I looked like a crazy person, and I do that now where I use my wall or like find like a floor and I just have all these crazy ideas, and it's like dish ideas or like, it could be anything really. I just like brainstorm a whole bunch of stuff. And
You're always thinking.
Yeah. But
About
I need
the
to always,
things you're passionate about, basically.
yeah. But I always have to write it down.
Yeah.
Like I can't type it. I'm a notes person, but I also have to like transfer it to something physical.
I mean, I literally, while you're saying that, I saw something on your hand. Was that?
It says goodbye for now.
It's very dramatic.
It's her hands. It's her tattoos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I used to cook loads of food, and then my housemates, like I'd cook them breakfast, I'd meal prep for them, like they'll come home and I would try a whole bunch of other stuff.
My dream.
He's been trying to get me to meal prep for him for like since we started the business.
Nah,
like 4
for a
years ago.
laugh, man. Come on.
It's only half joking.
I love that. Well, the thing is, like, if you're around me, I'd meal prep for you anyway, and you wouldn't. I reckon it'd be one of those things where you get sick of it. Like, you'd probably be like, oh, I just want to make my own food now. You know?
I would not.
Yeah, no, he's lazy.
Are you looking for a house, man?
No. Actually, I get carried away because like the more people I live with, the more I want to cook for, and then I just end up like resenting them sometimes because I'm just always cooking for them.
And they never cook for you, huh?
And you're like, oh man, this person that I literally never asked me to cook for them, now I gotta cook for them again.
Yeah, no, it's like it's so bad.
That's
and
crazy.
I always used to joke that I'd be like the perfect housewife because I love cleaning as well. So like I love cooking, I love cleaning. I hate it when people like come over and they eat my food and then they want to clean as well. I'm like, I'm happy to do cleaning. I just want to be like tucked away in the kitchen. Like, you know what I mean? So
So pre-MasterChef,
yes.
How long were you cooking for?
I was cooking for like since a young age, but seriously, like not until 2016.
Okay, so around like a fair bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you think about like because I grew up with my parents working at the restaurant a lot, I used to cook for my brothers as well. Like there's so many things now that like because I get asked these questions all the time, and I don't know how I developed this skill, but then I think about, you know, how I grew up and like my parents always being at work, me cooking for my brothers or me cooking for us to go to school. Sometimes my parents would be working so late they wouldn't be awake for breakfast. So like I'd be really good at making breakfast as well. And
Are you the oldest? You're the oldest sibling?
yeah, I've got 3 younger brothers.
How common is it for like people to apply for MasterChef that aren't coming from like a cooking school or like a restaurant or like?
Well, here's a fun fact for you.
Yeah.
You have to be amateur.
You have to be.
Yeah, you can't be trained unless you do the professional one,
Okay, so there is a professional one.
which is
Okay.
where you can be trained. But the amateur one is the one that I was in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But a lot of people were like so technical. Like they knew how to use equipment that I use now at VU, but I never knew how to use. Like I did not, this is going to be so bad. You can probably take this out of the podcast, but I did not know what nanganators were properly used for. Like,
What's that mayonnaise?
Nangs.
Oh,
Do you know
nangs.
what
Oh,
nangs? Do you know what nanganators were properly used for?
like I never knew, and the worst part is that when I had to use one, on MasterChef, I didn't know what the proper name was. So when I didn't know it was called a cream charger.
Yeah, man.
Like it was so awkward.
So
And
what'd
I
you
was just
say?
like-
You're like, where's the nanganator?
yeah, I literally asked for the nanganator,
And you're like, wait, you guys have nangs here? When is the train starting?
I was so confused.
The lasers come on. And that's
But
fucking funny.
I learned how to do
That's so
such
funny.
crazy stuff. Like I learned it on like I read it. It's so
So
unprofessional. But I like read it on Reynolds' cookbook. Like he made like some cupcake mousse. Oh, that was a mousse. It was a mousse cake, and you used a siphon. Oh, I think that's what it's called, a siphon. And then you microwave this cupcake cake, and you take it out of the cup, and it looks like moss, like green moss.
Cool.
Yeah, but I didn't know what that was.
Cool.
Beautiful.
It was really awkward.
How did you like did you have a career in like cooking before, or
No.
you just
She's
like
an amateur. That's what
nothing?
it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what made you want to be on MasterChef, and how was that process?
Because you said that you never even wanted to go on there.
Yeah,
you
okay. This is
mentioned
just
that.
really awkward because I get asked this, and I'm like, it's so funny because my mate essentially made me apply for it, and she did majority of my application because I wouldn't do it.
While in New Zealand?
No, so I left. Long story short, I left New Zealand because I need something like refreshing, and also went through like a bad breakup, and then was going down. I went down a whole I went down like a deep hole, basically.
It was a dark time
experience.
It was a really dark time. And I'm
Oh.
talking like, I got COVID, I had long COVID, I couldn't run properly, I couldn't do proper exercise. Like I realized that my whole entire life is surrounded by being in the outdoors and being like fit. And, do you want me to stop?
No, keep
Oh,
going.
sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And I had long COVID essentially, and I couldn't stop coughing for like 3 months, and then went on 4 months, and went on to 6 months. It got so bad that like my housemate, who was in the same room, the next room next to me, had to move because he couldn't stand me coughing all the time, and it was always at night. And my other housemate, Bronte, she moved in because she's like a heavy ass sleeper. But New Zealand has an issue with codeine. And so
With what?
Codeine.
Codeine.
Yeah.
So they like prescribe it way too easily. So
Okay, yeah, 'cause you never get it here.
No, you can't get it here. And I got like given liquid codeine. So I couldn't sleep for so long that like it was jeopardizing everything. Like I was getting so run down, and I was still trying to do everything I wanted to do, like run and stuff like that. Went to the GP and they were like, you should try codeine. It will help you sleep. And I've never had a history of
Knock
like,
you straight out.
yeah, sort of. I'm really energetic, so it takes a lot for me to knock me out.
It's like a bull. It's like taking it out.
So because of that, I had to take higher and higher doses. And then over time, I kind of got hooked on it, but I didn't realize. And so my housemate had an intervention with me and was like, look, you need to like get off it because
What were like the symptoms? What was telling your housemate that you needed to get off codeine?
honestly, I don't know, like irritability. I don't really remember that. That phase of my life was just really weird.
Yeah.
But it was the most pivotal
Pivotal moment, yeah.
most pivotal. I'm not going to say it. Most life-changing moment.
Try again. Try again.
Man.
Pivotal. Why can't I say it? Pivotal.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was crazy because I got really into cooking. Started writing like a draft cookbook essentially for my friends because I knew I was going to leave. I got really obsessive with cooking when I couldn't sleep. So I was sleeping like 3 to 5 hours a night.
Because of the coughing.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're already a light sleeper?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. But the codeine wasn't really helping either. And then if anything, like I was just sipping on it all day, just like to help me try and be like sleepy, and it didn't work.
The cough as well.
I stopped drinking coffee and a whole bunch of other stuff. But basically went down a really dark path, and then I was like, screw this, I'm leaving. Like I pulled the pin, I kind of like everything around me felt like it was collapsing. I couldn't really, I don't know, I just got really dark. Let's just say I saw like the end of like the tunnel.
The night's always darkest before the dawn. So
Yes.
I think always like before someone's greatest moment, they usually very often
go
have
through
their
that, yeah.
lowest moment. So
Yeah.
like, you know, it's one of those everything happened for a reason type things.
Yeah, 100%. And when I left,
What were you thinking at that moment? Was like, were you thinking like, this is it for me?
Yeah. I thought it was it, but I knew I had to go as far away as possible to make sure that I could like finish everything, which sounds horrible. I don't know how PG this podcast is.
Finish everything in what way?
As in like I was like ready to go, like yeah.
And everything.
Yeah.
Your life inclusive.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's why I wanted to go to Toronto, and it's easier talking about now, but definitely was like when I went through MasterChef, I feel like I was quite dark for so long through it until like probably past halfway where I was like, oh, I actually can turn my life around. And it wasn't that I felt like I had failed. It's more that like I had set a date for myself. I knew where I wanted to do it, everything. And yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Like I was like, and my friend, I think my friend, her being my best friend, she knew there wasn't, like something was up. And I gave her a recipe book, wrote her like, not like a goodbye letter, but I was just like, I hope you can continue making my food, whatever. Here's a recipe book. I gave it to her. And then I flew to Melbourne to come say goodbye to my whole family and stuff like that. And then did like a little trip with them. And and did a trip with my best mate in South Korea, in Japan, and then I was going to fly to Toronto. And that was like...
Gonna be the end of it. But this is crazy. Like, I feel like we definitely have to talk about this, if you're okay to talk about it.
Yeah, it's fine.
But like, you're going through all these things and they're quite like life-affirming things, right? Like, you're spending time with your best friend, that's beautiful, you went on a trip with them. Your family, they obviously love you, whatever, you did a little trip with them, all that kind of stuff. But you're still kind of set on thinking like, my life is over, or you want it to be over.
Yeah.
How did you, like, what was it in your head that, you know, you thought you had messed up so bad that you wanted to end it all, I guess? Like,
it wasn't so much the messed up part. I think it was more like I've just always been quite a dark person since I was young. Or maybe not like dark, like I went through some stuff at school and it was just, I felt like I always needed something big to overcome in order to prove to myself that life was worth living, which is crazy because it's like all the small things as well, right? But like sometimes you just can't shake yourself out of it. I don't know what it is. And then I think I just got really dark because I couldn't, like running helps, reminding myself by hiking and snowboarding and being like really intense adrenaline. Like I love skydiving. Now I'm shit scared of planes and I can go back to that in a second. But skydiving used to be a really good reminder for me to like realize how small I am compared to the rest of the world and that like I should remind myself to have fun, not take myself too seriously. And I just like put way too much pressure on myself that like, I don't know, I just felt like it wasn't worth like living. It's so wild, but I feel like I had set that goal since 2015 was when I was like, I don't even care about anything I do anymore. I just want to live life. Like life should be lived and like go snowboard, go do all these things because I hated like going through uni and everything kind of became like a repetitive cycle. And so I had all these things I wanted to tick off. And then towards the end, that's when I started making really strong connections. And I was like, I need to pull the pin to make it as easy as possible to, I kind of mapped it out. And it sounds really effed up, but because I mapped it out and had set this, I lived a life that was so enjoyable because I knew it was going to come. Like I appreciated every moment.
You lived every day like it was your last, basically, because you were gonna like, you knew it was going to come to an end soon. So it's like, what do I want to do before I go, kind of a thing, right?
Yeah. And I wanted to understand a lot more about people, hence the chatterbox, and like I write a lot as well. So I kind of wanted to write all of this down, which like I write either every day or every week. And then I was hoping that would just turn into something one day.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
How are you?
This is crazy, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
How are you now?
I know, no one knows this.
I'm good now. I'm really good now. And I think it's so scary. I was going through moments earlier this year where I would drop down. Like I see a psych a lot, like really often now. And like she called me actually the other day. She was like, I haven't seen you. Like, are you okay? And I was just like, I'm okay. But she was like, are you going through your manic stage again? I'm like, I don't have a manic, I'm just really busy. And she was like, just make sure you know when to calm down and blah, 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 and like all that stuff. Because I think the more busy I get, the faster I can fall into this hole because you're not reflecting on all the stuff you're doing. Yeah.
Well, really thank you for sharing this.
No, it's okay.
That was deep,
Really
man. Yeah, and
appreciate
also
that.
congratulations on like you making
flipped
it on the
your
other
whole
side.
world,
You
yeah.
fucking did it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
well done. You're amazing.
But you know what sucks though? Now I'm terrified of everything. So
That's what I was gonna say. What are you scared of now? Like, but
So-
I think, yeah.
I don't know what it is, but like ever since I've like turned my life around, like literally, I'm scared of like so many things now. Like my family, like I get so anxious about my brothers, my parents. Like it's like all the anxiety I had for myself and for the world has now kind of like been condensed to my family. And then like every time I'm on the plane, I'm like, I'm gonna die.
Look,
But before I didn't care.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
Is it a part of like, life is going well, like, you know, like I won MasterChef for fuck's sake. That's a big thing, you know? And that itself, regardless of how you felt before, is a life changing, and a lot of good things going on in life. You feel like there's something wrong in a way, or
Sometimes I have moments where I just like don't even know how this is reality right now. So it feels quite like surreal. But I think because so many good things have happened, there's a part of me that feels scared that I'm going to lose it as well.
Yeah.
So everything becomes a lot more valuable, not even in assets, in like experiences, you know? So yeah, it's interesting.
yeah.
It's been like such an intense like 2 years. Like,
Dude, what a
it's
fucking journey. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
it's just been
This
fluid.
is like one of the best stories I've ever heard in my life.
It's like we had a plan for this episode, but now we're like,
now it's got completely
Now
different.
it's-
Yeah, so-
So how do you what do you do to manage your mental health now? How do you keep it in check? Obviously we've got the psych. You're obviously into fitness as well.
Yeah, I have to make sure I do this thing where for every day I do like work or like go away for work for like a pop-up or something really intense, like say, not so much today, but if I have like a massive media day, it drains me quite a lot. So I talk to my psych about it and she calls it stage Nat and then real Nat. And stage Nat is like, because I'm really introverted, like I love being at home, I kind of like drawing, painting, or like going running, hiking, whatever. So if I do too much of like socializing and stuff like that, it starts to feel very like overwhelming and everything starts to feel like it's too much. So for every day I do work where it's like stage Nat appears, I have to owe myself a day in nature. It's running, it's like even sitting at Eddie Gardens and stuff like that, or like doing anything like that. Cool. Reading a book, or sometimes reading a book is like hard to even enjoy yourself out of it.
Depends on what the book is as well though. Sometimes you're reading a book and it's like a crazy story. And
Yeah.
like, you almost feel so anxious because the story is like so good and you don't want to like miss it or anything like that. So I guess it just depends on what you read.
Totally.
so your friend applied.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Your friend told, like, obviously, like, encouraged you to apply to MasterChef.
Yeah.
And,
So one of my really good mates who runs a restaurant in Wanaka literally sent me the link and was like, you should do this. And he and his partner saw me going to that restaurant way too often, like late at night, drinking Negroni, just being like hella sad, just writing. Like they could just tell something was up, I think. And Bronte, I think, probably got the intel from them. So he sent me a link when I left New Zealand. And then Bronte was like, no, you have to, like, don't go to Toronto, like, stay, like, whatever. Like, you need to use your skills, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I'm going. But she was like, at least delay your flight and go work with, like, go to a farm, go somewhere, like, just go anywhere. Like, and so she got me connected with her mum's restaurant in Mudgee, in New South Wales. And I went to go, like, harvest in their farm that, like, supplied for the restaurant, and it's like a hatted restaurant. It's like a farm restaurant. It was so nice.
Where in
Mudgee, and
South
when
Wales.
New South Wales, sorry.
yeah, it was just before MasterChef as well, and I was like, oh, I could imagine myself doing this. Like, it's really nice, and you know, it's wholesome, whatever. And then she applied for me, sent off the application. I got the call, and they were like, oh, do you want to come in and do a what are they called? An audition. And I was like, no, I don't want to. I was like, I'm set. I'm going to Toronto. And then I can't remember. I think Boca, who has passed away now, but he called me and was like, you have to
That's your friend.
apply. No. Bronte's my friend.
Yeah.
Boca was one of the main producers of MasterChef.
Oh, producers. Okay.
Yeah. But he called me and was like, you have to come on. Like, you're like the perfect fit, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, oh, like, I don't know if TV's made for me, blah, blah, blah. And he was just like...
Do you send a video of yourself for these kind of applications, or is it
Yes.
more like...
I had to do a video,
What was your video?
a cooking video. It's at my mum's farm. And it was horrible. It was so bad. Like...
What do you say in those videos?
Oh, dude, imagine her on the video.
About...
They would have obviously been like, she has to come on the
You
show.
have to, yeah.
I think that's the thing. I'm not really like, I haven't really been trained or anything either, and I've always been the open book. So like, I think they liked that as well. But yeah, I auditioned, somehow passed, and then auditioned again, and there was like thousands of people. Like, it was terrifying. And then yeah, went on.
So where were you when that you got like the phone?
New South Wales.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was going on in your mind at that time when you got it? Like you knew, like you got it.
Well, I didn't tell my parents, didn't tell anyone I was going to go on because I still had this like backup plan that was going to change my mind and then like screw off to Toronto.
Yeah.
Also, I had to do so many psych tests that I actually thought I was going to fail. Like I had to do medical exams and stuff like that and all those psych exams, and I thought they were going to think I was like... The thing is, I'm not unstable. I am a very stable person. Like I know exactly what I want and what I need to do. But I just thought they would be like, yeah, nah, she's too
But also
wild.
with the whole, just to speak on your mind state at that time, right? It was like you had the plan, whatever, New Zealand, Toronto, this thing. But then you did agree to go to New South Wales to this farm thing.
Yeah.
Is it because like I know you had the plan, but were you thinking like there is hope for me at this time? Because like I know you're saying like you had all these thoughts and whatever, but you have also kind of gone through the process. Like what changes were happening within you at that time to get you to that point where you agreed to go on MasterChef?
I think, going on the farm helped a lot. I was listening to loads of podcasts as well. Seeing my family again helped a lot. I think like I never realized how important it is to have a sense of community. And obviously that is a given for human nature. And I felt that when I was in Wanaka, but I think because I went through such a dark place and I was, coughing and whatever, I wasn't well, I lost touch of that. And so when I went to that small town, I felt like a sense of community again. When I, hung out with my family again, I was like, this is so nice. And I think I was slowly getting brought back to reality almost. I isolated myself so intensely from everyone. Not that the thing is, I didn't even hate everyone. It wasn't like, it wasn't even self-pity. I don't know what it was. I was just so determined, like, this is it.
And you were in New Zealand, so not home, basically. Like,
yeah,
so that
I felt like home though.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I find Melbourne quite hard sometimes, coming back to, because of like, I don't know, I feel like that's kind of why I left in the first place, because I was going through a dark place here, and so I moved to New Zealand. And then even when I was in New Zealand, I was doing like seasons in Japan and Switzerland. I was trying to go I was trying to move like as if that was going to help, but like obviously
You're
that
running from something.
I'm always running from something.
Yeah, you're a runner.
Yeah.
You're a runner.
Yeah, I am a runner.
Yeah.
Big runner.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So,
Well, beautiful. So you got into MasterChef.
Sorry.
what was going on in your... Actually, can we just take a quick break? I need to go to the toilet.
No,
quickly.
go for it. That's
Okay, little toilet break. We're back now.
Sorry, what were we talking about? MasterChef when she first got there?
So I'd like to just go back to like the moment you actually received the news. What was going on? Was there joy, fear, excitement? How was it?
Honestly, it kind of was like, I guess we'll see how this goes. Like I'm a risk taker, so I was like I'll do things even if I don't expect it. I kind of love it as well. I love being impulsive. So it was like, you know what? This is something I would never do. I've never even watched this show before. Like I was like, fuck it, let's go. Like,
How good.
see how it goes.
Yeah.
But I held on to that plane ticket until I won to Toronto. I just kept delaying it. I kept moving it.
So you went through MasterChef with all these things going on in your mind.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask like the judges and saw how much I changed over time, like they would tell you that like I was so dark at the start. It wasn't until like probably 5 cooks left where I like kind of lightened myself a little bit more.
So you were like winning. So obviously you won a lot of things to get to the point where you won the whole show.
Yeah.
And you're winning, and you're still not feeling like you're good enough, and like this is something that is that what you were thinking, or?
It's more of a toxic trait. So I was like, put too much time and energy into the negative and knowing that the negative was the thing that made me good at things. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Like all through high school, like running was like my way out, and I became so good. I became like athletics captain. I was like sprinting, almost went to like the Commonwealth Games for sprinting because I was like in such a dark spot. Like running was my way of escaping. Sport was my way of escaping. And then like cooking became my way of escaping. So like MasterChef was also an escape. And so I kind of almost relied on that like negative energy to fuel myself way too much, if that makes sense. And then it wasn't until like, I want to say like, even after MasterChef, I went through a dark spot. Like especially doing my residency at Crown. It wasn't until actually going to London and Jamie kind of was like, Nat, stop taking yourself so seriously. Have fun. Have fun. Like you're such a bubbly person. You love having fun. You have to remember that your creativity is turning into a career. So you have to remember to have fun with it. And I kind of like just held on to that.
Well, there we go. The Jamie Oliver thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I think it's annoying that was the thing that had to flip me, because I don't know, I found it really hard because like everyone was praising me after MasterChef, like as if
I was going to close the door.
I just came out of nowhere. I just started like, I was something good at cooking. Sorry. I don't know why I'm apologizing. I take it back.
I'm sorry for interrupting you.
No, don't worry. So it got really annoying when I won MasterChef. Everyone was like, oh, it's amazing. Like they were praising me. And I was like, it was very conflicting for me because it felt like they were praising me for the wrong things. Like they didn't know what I had to go through to even get here, like all the sleepless nights and all that stuff. And I guess they didn't need to know that. But like, everyone was like, oh, you're gonna open a restaurant now, you're gonna do this, you can do that. Everything was so serious. And then Jamie, out of all people, like who has like an empire and is so successful, was just like, just don't forget to take care of yourself. Don't forget to have fun. Like, this is your creativity. You're obviously really good at it, but like, make sure you know how to have fun with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what was it like your time with Jamie Oliver, just while we're here speaking about him?
It was fun. It was amazing. I mean, he's the reason why my cookbook.
That's another one. We're gonna have to make a video of
I do it all the time. But he is the reason why my cookbook exists now, because he knew that I was going to write one day. He really believed in me when I didn't, and he gave me kind of no choice. He was like, here's a team for you, a designer, a really well-known photographer, and you can do a draft. And I'm not going to charge you for it. Like, you don't even have to pay me a single cent. Here's a team. If you don't like it...
He believed in you like that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man.
And
wow, that's so nice.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it took me so long for me to believe in myself. And then I was like, fuck, if Jamie Oliver believes in me, like, surely I should believe in myself.
It takes the right person though, like, honestly. Do you know what I mean?
And she was a MasterChef winner at that time. So, like, holy shit, like, it's
crazy.
It's insane. Like,
what
goes in the brain, huh?
Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, I came back to Melbourne.
So massive shout out to Jamie Oliver, just quickly.
Yeah, massive shout.
What a G. Yeah.
He's awesome. And I guess he's like had background in helping people out, you know what I mean? He can probably tell from afar, like anyone who's like struggled or been through stuff. Like, I don't think anyone is that good with what they do without having to go through some mental shit, you know?
Yeah.
What was like your time like? I mean, that's so generic, but like, I mean, being in front of the camera and like, I've watched some clips where you actually were a little bit vulnerable with like your emotion when you spoken about your mom, and the other judge, she also shared about her mom, and you're like, you opened up, and
I definitely did towards the end.
Yeah.
I think at the start I was very much like trying to be very like Blue Steel kind of vibe, you know? But it was hard, I think, because I was so obsessed with cooking. I kind of just ignored the cameras. Like I didn't get the presence of it. I think a lot of people get caught up knowing that the cameras are there, but I don't know. I loved my craft so much that I was concentrated on making sure I was producing the best stuff. But I was really hard on myself as well.
I was gonna say, yeah, like what about like when did you ever like watch clips after or anything and like see like videos and things of yourself and think anything?
No, I didn't.
So you never watch?
I watched like 3 episodes in total, maybe even less. Like I couldn't finish it. I'm not. A lot of people say it's good because you'd be reflective or whatever, but I don't find it useful watching. I don't know why. Yeah.
I'm gonna show you a clip.
Oh God.
Let's see if it opens.
Where is it on? What platform?
Which one is this?
Is this the final?
Yeah.
You seen this?
Do you watch? Do you ever watch this? Do you go back and watch it?
No.
Dude, watching this was so emotional before even like knowing you, and now it's like
7 out of 10.
That's crazy. Oh, that gives you chills, eh? That was such an intense day.
7. Nat. You did it!
Crazy. It was actually wild. I genuinely thought I was gonna lose as well.
what? When was the last time you watched this video?
Probably last year.
You don't go back and.
No. My parents love it. Yeah, they find it pretty crazy. They've never watched it before either though, so.
Do you miss your life before that like period?
Honestly, yes, I miss it, but I feel so privileged to be saying that, you know, and I feel like I'm not being optimistic when I say that, but I genuinely do. I miss it because I feel like there's a lot of pressure from me, and because I put so much pressure on myself, I can feel the pressure from like my surrounding as well, and you know, everyone kind of watching what I'm doing next and all that stuff. There's a lot of like head noise, which I'm really good at blocking, but sometimes I kind of wish I could be like incognito.
I think like with things like this, it's a bit of like choose your hard. You know what I mean? It's like your life would have been, from what the sounds of things, hard if you didn't go on MasterChef. Now your life is hard because you did go on MasterChef and you won. Yeah. But I don't know, like which one would you prefer? You know what I mean?
I mean,
like,
definitely this one for sure.
Yeah. Like there's a lot of pros to what you've done, and you know, now you've got like a little bit of a legacy to leave, which is like crazy for someone that thought that life was like quite meaningless before, which I think is really sweet.
Well, that's the thing. Like the biggest thing that changed that I talk about is like my relationship with myself, which is, you know, it's so cheesy, but really did. Like the way I look at myself is so much more kind now than before, where I was just like so brutal in so many ways. Like I feel like before I almost treated myself like as if I was like a really tough like athletics coach or something that was yelling at me all the time and telling me to like be better and that I wasn't good enough. You know, it was like tough love. Like my relationship with myself was like that, and now it's kind of like a lot more compassionate.
That's good.
Yeah.
What do you think is like was the shift, like to go from that to that? Like what did you have to do?
I think I just had to really open up. I was really bad at, I'm still bad at it now. If someone compliments me on something, I'll just be like, shut up. But now I kind of like try and absorb that, let that in. But I'm also I want to improve all the time. So I kind of like let the compliments come in at like, I like drip feed myself that, because I don't want to be like arrogant. I don't want to think that I'm good at everything, because that's where you limit yourself to improvement.
Well, I feel like there's a lot of stigma and like negative association with fame.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like I want to ask you, what's actually good about fame? What do you like about fame, or like, you know?
Fame's really interesting because everyone seems to want it, but there is a lot of negative connotation around it. And if I were to be asked honestly and answer honestly, I wouldn't want fame. Like I never wanted to be famous ever. I don't know.
And that's why I wanted to, like, you know, what's nice about fame? Like, what do you actually like about it? If you just want to be honest with us. And
I feel like,
yeah.
I mean, being recognized for your work is nice, but like you need the context. So like, I like being recognized for like winning MasterChef or whatever, but there's a sense that like I've been gifted this on a silver platter, you know? Like I haven't, it's like as if my life before that hadn't existed. So that kind of sucks. Like there's always a story to tell. And so like if people do meet famous people, like just always remember the human as well, and that they've gone through life and the process of life, and they still wake up, eat, drink, you know, go to the bathroom, do normal stuff. Like when I was in New Zealand, I was going to the bathroom, I was coming out and there were lines of people just like wanting to take photos, and it becomes like, I don't know, it's isolating, I'll say that, because sometimes you're really nice to someone and you give them time and they will, you know, stop you halfway and you're like, oh, can I just get a photo? Like they don't want to hear it. They just want the photo. It's really interesting.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
wow. You are the kind of person that will read into things.
Yeah.
You like to read into things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Like, did you always read into things? And was it a part of like why that like core thing that you had since growing up, and like that kind of negative energy surrounding, like where did it, like what's going on? What do you think was going on?
I don't know. A lot of my friends say that I'm really witchy. I think I'm just really intuitive. So I feel like I can have a sense of like what others' intentions are from like a really far, or like from far away, even if they're like acting a certain way or whatever. But I definitely can overthink for sure. But I don't know. It's an interesting question. Yeah. I don't know how to answer that.
How were you like growing up? Like,
it was really interesting because I was between two worlds. My parents were raising me super duper Thai, but I was very conflicted because I was raised in the country. And so like, I just felt like I was constantly like balancing. It was like a balance act, like pretending to be really Thai with my parents, in front of my parents, learning Thai, like doing like classes after school, and then wanting to be outdoorsy all the time, but then being told off by my parents for being too outdoorsy because you're a girl, and you know, Asians, you're not meant to have like dark skin, like especially like a sense of wealth or whatever, you're meant to be like fairer. And because my parents came from farming in Thailand, they wanted to raise like a girl who was like gonna go into corporate, was gonna go into, you know,
classics,
not be covered in tattoos. Yeah, very classic. And I think my parents like condoned and allowed me to do sport just because I could fit in, and so that I could, you know, go on to go to Geelong Grammar and like be sports captain, whatever. But like they didn't want me to pursue it, and that's something I really wanted to pursue at one point. But then everything I wanted to pursue kind of kept getting shut down as well.
Because like, it's not like traditional.
Yeah. You know, it's like the very classic Asian thing, like doctors.
But they were shutting it down, or the things were getting shut down for a thing that was...
They weren't supporting it.
I feel like every part of me was constantly being shut down. Like me being energetic, me being bubbly. It's like, no, Nat, you have to be like the submissive person. You can't speak out. You can't do this, can't do that. Can't talk about politics.
It's very hard growing up to be suppressed all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I feel like it definitely damage your character, or anyone's character really, like,
yeah,
you know.
And then like I don't blame my parents. They obviously really wanted the best out of me, but like it didn't help being raised in a country town as well. You know what I mean? So like it was just constantly conflicting things.
Yeah. It's definitely not on the parents, like, you know, because a lot of these parents, like, ethnic parents, or like they've got their own traditions and beliefs and years of like things they know and only know, and like it's really hard to change that. And kind of as a kid, you like don't agree with it, but also you don't want to piss them off, and a big sort of like action going on, and this is very common as well, like
so common with migration, like kids.
But like even like a lot of Middle Eastern people, or like Indian people, or like Asian people, what I mean? Like there was a lot of like strict cultures, but then the kids are kind of growing up and thinking, oh, I don't really agree with it. So it's pretty intense for a child to go through that as well.
Yeah. And then so childhood was just like that. I was really expressive, and I was like arty. I just find it really interesting, like if you think about, when you look back at primary school, you're constantly allowed to go play outside, you do your artsy things, you do all these things, and it's like when you go into adulthood, it's like all of it's gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's so interesting that like we're raised in a society as adults to be so like boxed in, and like for me, I find that so suffocating. Hence why I love doing as many different things as I can, and having the freedom to do that.
What brings you joy? What things brings you joy?
I love I'm obsessed with music, so I love listening to music. Some people say like way too much or too often, and it varies as well. I don't have a favorite. I love dancing. Like one of my favorite things is coming home and like prepping food for hours, but like blasting music.
It's the best.
And it's amazing.
What do you
even
play?
cleaning the house, like pottering around the house, doing like the most random crap.
So do you get a lot of complaints from your neighbours? No, that's good.
Yeah, I don't. But
Okay.
I mean, we leave them cakes and stuff in the foyer, so that's probably why.
That's good.
You leave them cakes?
Yeah.
She's too good.
I told you, we have a problem with cooking.
Okay, so music, anything else?
Sport, drawing. I started a new challenge where I'm trying to draw a dish a day from my cookbook, and that's been really fun. I haven't drawn in such a long time.
And tell us about your cookbook.
Yeah.
Like dates, what is it?
28th of October.
Wow.
So soon.
So soon.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Okay.
It's terrifying. And the idea, it's called Thai Anywhere and Everywhere. So the idea is that you can make Thai food anywhere and everywhere. And I'm like
You're a testament to it because you
Testament
did
to
it
yeah.
in New Zealand. That's amazing. Yeah.
I did in South Korea when I went and did a pop-up up there as well. And they had no Thai ingredients whatsoever, like none. 99% Korean ingredients, and everything else was like most random European stuff. And then I just became the food and beverage ambassador for Pullman, which means for Asia, India, New Zealand, Australia. So I've had to like essentially write all these different dishes and recipes based on the country's like availability in produce.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Huge.
Wow.
Say for Pullman, sorry.
Yeah.
Pullman hotels.
Yeah.
That's
big,
Accor,
yeah.
Accor.
Yeah, Accor hotels.
Yeah.
Huge.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
How'd you get that?
Well, I don't know. They just hit me up. It's been a year though.
Yeah.
It takes so long.
So-
we actually have done work with Accor before as well. It takes months to get over the line. So many like different levels of approval and shit.
Yeah, Ben was just been talking to them.
Yeah.
How could you describe your book in, if you had to choose 3 words, just describe your book, what would they be?
Fun, accessible, and creative.
Beautiful.
I don't know if that's a good one or not.
What would you say to, obviously, like you've been through a lot, right? What would you say to someone that, might be also having struggles with their mental health?
I say to this quite often to a really good friend of mine who just lost their dad. And I think that you just need to like look at your life and look at the beautiful things around, like the small, tiny things. I have this rule where every day I find something small to get excited about. And I remember I was with him when we were running in the Blue Mountains, and he was like, look at that plane. Like, how crazy is it that planes fly? And I know you sound like a crazy person, but I think we become so used to all these like tiny things that like we don't even acknowledge or appreciate. And yeah, just like appreciate the small things. It sounds really cheesy. It sounds like way too positive, whatever. But honestly, the world needs it right now.
The little things.
Yeah, and it's also contagious. Like, you know, I think people say that they love being around me because I get excited like a little, like so woof is because everyone thinks I'm a baby wolf because I get really hyper excited over like tiny things. Like, you know, the moon cake you gave me or like anything, you know, I just get like excited easily.
We were wondering why. Nat Wolf, yeah.
Yeah, we were wondering why not.
I mean, there's a doof story behind that as well, but
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Up to you if you want to share. I mean, we'd obviously love to hear it, but up to you if you want to share it.
No, it's more so like I used to just be known for howling at doofs all the time, and if people were trying to find if people were trying to find me, they would be like, just listen to the howl.
Because you'd be like, oh,
Yeah,
for the track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll just be howling somewhere.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
But yeah, it's so silly. But always, even since I was like a little kid, be playing outside or.
It's amazing.
And if you bumped into like 19-year-old Nat on the way out of the podcast here, what's one thing you would tell her?
Be yourself and trust your instincts, and again, have fun. I like to tell people to have fun way too often, but genuinely go have fun. Like,
You need to play.
Have fun.
Humans need actually to play, to like actually be vulnerable and like to access a whole different part of their life that is not very commonly available as an adult, as you say.
Yeah.
Like you actually, it sounds so corny, but you really actually need to set aside time to play, to like do something just silly or like fun for no reason other than like the enjoyment of just that thing.
Yeah, 100%.
Because if everything is always so task oriented, you just
not only
fucking go
task
nowhere.
orientated, but it's like everyone's obsessed with like this whole idea of like improving and stuff like that. And it's like you can do things for the sake of doing things because you enjoy it. Like I'm going go-karting later. Fuck knows if I know how to go-kart.
But that's the fun part. Like,
yeah, or like, you know, when people say like they don't dance, I'm like, just go dancing. Don't say that to me.
in all honesty, like it's so true. Like we kind of forget like to just have fun sometimes. Like, you know, life is too serious, like work, 5 days, you know, by the time it's the weekend, you're already thinking of next week. And even though your work is fun sometimes, you just forget that as well.
Yeah.
That was really a good take from you from this podcast personally, to have more fun.
If you like,
we have fun every day.
Yeah, but I get asked,
like honestly, to be aware and conscious about the fact, like, you know, it's important. Have fun.
Well, I get asked, or I notice it because when I go do like weird and random activities, people be like, oh, so like, are you trying to, like, say if I'm going bowling and be like, oh, you're trying to like practice bowling. It's like, no, I'm just fucking going bowling, guys.
Yeah.
Just playing.
To do something.
I'm just painting.
For the sake of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be an end goal.
Yeah.
I think we're too obsessed over that. You know?
So are you competitive?
I am so competitive.
You are competitive.
Dude, she won the MasterChef.
I know, but like...
Come on, man, she must be.
No, because I find
but
myself...
In a fun way.
In a fun way.
Like, I love being like vulnerable. Like, I'm terrible at bowling, but I like being competitive, but knowing that I'm bad at it.
Right.
But I'm like not a sad loser either.
But also like, because I'm really competitive too, sometimes it's like, it's fine to go and do things that you know that you're bad at, because it's like, you know, I'm not even going to try that hard because I'm not good at it. But like, for instance, someone wanted to go running with you.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know what I mean? You'd get competitive because you know you're good at running. You know what I mean?
I do have one question that since I was a kid, I've always had this question in my mind. Like when you're on the TV and like at the finals and then you win something and you're holding that trophy up, like what's going on in your mind at that moment, and like, do you actually even remember what was going on in your mind?
You know what's crazy? I kind of remember, but I had this, I'm such a visual person, and this is going to sound insane, but I feel like when I had that moment, I had like a whole, if this was like a Black Mirror episode, you could like watch all my memories just go, like flick through all my past memories and then rewind up, and then kind of like, I had like a mini moment of like proudness of, you know, if that makes sense.
That's a
Like,
good
it was
answer.
like,
So beautiful.
That's an elite moment. Yeah.
it was wild because it was like I went back to all like the hardest times and then kind of went back and saw them again in the it's almost like I saw my memories in a whole different light. Like it went red backwards and then it went like green coming forward.
Wow.
Like I saw everything like
It like reset you. I mean, but what's that, like a deep sense of gratification for you for what you did? That's beautiful.
Well, all my memories like used to be so dark, and now I'm like, it was meant to be. Like I was meant to experience that in that time, and now I genuinely believe that.
This is by far the best MasterChef win of all time. Like, I don't think anyone
You can't
could say
Yeah.
that like this has been the result of them winning like a reality TV cooking show. Like, what the I don't know, but maybe there are people out there, but like none that
We love it.
spring to mind. Did winning? Sorry, last thing. Did winning, like, what did you think that winning would feel like, and then kind of like compared to like how it actually felt? Like, was it like a real possibility for you?
I didn't feel like it was a real possibility at all, and I genuinely didn't think it was gonna be such a big thing either. It was like, oh, trophy, cool, money, sick, but like, I'm not essentially like a monetary person anyway. Like I'm more of like an experienced person. So I was like, it was gonna be cool, but I wasn't as hungry as other people were on my season or in other seasons. Like the money was gonna be life changing. But what I didn't expect was how life-changing I was gonna like be as a person. If that makes sense.
It changed you more as a person.
Yeah.
Then maybe changed like your life
Yeah.
kind of thing, but it changed your life because it did change you as a person.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like you were like, oh, I'm going to win MasterChef, open a restaurant, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. It's the mindset had completely changed, and now everything feels limitless.
Wow.
Hence why I think I'm so scared of my own life now.
And then when you decided to cancel the flights, was that you cancelling the idea?
Yeah. And it was honestly such an insane moment, and it's actually pretty terrifying, but I still have the visa on my passport. It's stuck on my passport still in the back, and I keep it. Like it's kind of like rubbed off slowly, but it's weirdly sentimental for me now.
Yeah.
Like that visa's
It's
just
a
been
reminder
there.
of
Yeah.
where you have
Did you have a sense of like relief when you cancelled those flights in a way?
Not so much relief. It was more like I was proud of myself to have accepted that life is now like this, and that I didn't have to endure this like pain. And I was being realistic as well. I was like, I knew that there'll be hard times coming up, but I felt like everything I had gone through has been like training to set up for this life that I'm about to have. You know?
Wow, man.
Like I feel
my
like
God.
the resilience is.
Dude, I'm so inspired. I feel like I've watched the most incredible and like heartwarming and beautiful movie right now. You know that feeling
For
that
real,
washes over
man.
you
That's really-
after you see something or you feel like you come across a story like that.
Wow.
No.
So fucking proud of you, man. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Truly, like I feel honored that you actually have shared that with us on our podcast as well. Like that's just so beautiful, man. Like wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for being so open, because otherwise, you know, it's always based on intuition. So I wouldn't have done that if it was anyone else.
Look, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but for a laugh, I said to Tyrone, "Let's make this episode dramatic today."
I swear.
I've never
I
said that
swear.
to him.
And we were going to like make it dramatic about like, oh, like, you know, we didn't know any of this stuff about your life. We were like, oh, we're going to make it dramatic. Like, oh, like, how did it feel to win? Like, what's like the dark side of like MasterChef and shit like that? And now it's like
I'm just handing on. I'm handing it to
taking
you.
this thing.
It's just so beautiful.
Man,
Yeah.
you're unreal, yeah.
Well,
No,
we're gonna lighten things up a little bit.
Yeah,
we
go
got
for
a few
it.
rapid fire questions.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like she'll be good for these.
You've been waiting for these.
No, I said I feel like she'll be good for these.
Yeah.
What's one food memory that always makes you smile?
Ooh. I go straight back to my mum's farm where my brother was really hungry and sat. So we used to sit on the floor, and there was a bag of curry or soup or something, and he was so hungry he sat on it and it exploded, and his face was the funniest thing. It was like we all sit on the ground, but like in Thailand when you get bags, when you go buy curry or takeaway food, it all comes in a plastic bag.
Plastic.
Which is crazy, but they like wrap it up and it's like a balloon. And he sat on that by accident. He was so young, and his face was just like, I can't believe.
So cute.
Dish you never want to cook again.
Ooh,
I know you hate bananas.
I fucking hate bananas.
What the hell?
I hate
Sorry, I take that so personally. Bananas is so good.
I don't know if I have one. I just enjoy cooking so much that I could just make anything. Like I would happily make someone banana things.
Okay, fair enough. Spice or herb you can't live without?
Spice or herb. Coriander.
Oh, okay.
Or macroot lime leaves. Very specific.
That was really like I've never heard of that before in my life. We're not going to get into it.
No.
3 words to describe home this time.
Home. Nurturing. Warm. Laughs. That was so terrible.
I like it.
Laughs. It's so cheesy.
First thing you'd cook for someone you love.
Ooh. Wow, it could be anything. I reckon a larb, a classic larb, like a Thai
A larb.
larb. Yeah.
Okay. Yum, love them. What scares you right now?
I was gonna say flying, but I've gotten kind of good at that now. I think the fear of not being reflective enough so that I don't improve in myself. That's
Okay.
way too deep.
No, I like that.
So maybe like at its core, it's like not improving. on
Not
yourself.
improving. Yeah. That's a big fear of mine.
What's your secret superpower?
I've said this a lot recently. There's a lot. I reckon this is gonna sound fucking crazy, but like the ability to write bubble writing without any pencils, but like straight into Sharpie. Like if you gave me a poster and I had to write a heading, like a movie heading, so big, I don't even have to line it up. I don't have to like measure it.
You got
I'll
it.
get it bang on in the middle,
Bubbly.
and I'll get it like perfectly, like square, bubbly, whatever.
You've got to hit on the whiteboard
That's
on the way
hilarious.
out.
I'm
I'm going to put it to the test. I am going to put it to the test.
No, I'm a lefty though, so on the whiteboard I have to go back to front.
Why? Because you're going to rub it out as you go.
It's one
Okay,
job.
yeah.
What does home smell like?
Ooh, zesty.
Zesty.
Yeah.
Okay. Last time you cried.
Ooh, this is really embarrassing, but watching the Stitch movie.
The new one, the live action one.
I haven't seen that
And
yet.
the one before that was probably when I watched How to Train a Dragon.
Man, how emotional is How to Train Your Dragon? It's
The
like one of my favorite movies
the
of all
new
time.
one, though?
No, not the new one, the old
I
one.
watched a new one as well.
Yeah.
It was
I don't.
so...
How did you feel about the new one?
I honestly, I'm like the type of person, you know when people ask you about comparing like one place and another, one movie, I'm not about it. I take it as it is. So I liked it.
That's good.
Respect.
And last one, funniest DM you've gotten since winning.
Funniest DM.
Since winning.
Someone who's obsessed with my boots. I've got
Boots.
a few of those though, yeah.
Boot
Your
lovers.
boots.
Yeah, there's like any kind of boots I wear, they'll message and they'll be like, oh, I love your boots. And then like I see on the DMs, it's like all the DMs like,
Where are your boots from?
no, they don't say that. They just say how much they love my boots. But when they message me and I read it, I've seen that all the other times they've commented on my boots as well.
Right.
Beautiful.
I'm going to hit it.
Fantasy,
Okay.
let's go.
Come on, you got all the
Let's
rapid
go.
fire
You go
ones.
fantasy.
If you could collaborate with anyone, anything, it can be a brand, it can be a person, it can be Nike, it can be like Lamborghini,
Mozart.
it can be someone that's dead, it can be someone that's alive. Who would it be and what would you do? It doesn't have to be cooking, it can be anything.
Little Sims. And I
Respect.
reckon if we like walk some kind of like baller runway, but then rap like with catwalk with like the sickest fit that we've designed and like maybe even sewn,
Cool.
and then there's really good music going on, and no one expects us to rap, and then both of us rap.
Wow, that's cool. I love Lil Sims.
I love her.
Actually, I
too.
only discovered her recently. She's so good.
Yeah, I love her.
She's like one of the best rappers I've
Beautiful.
heard, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, Nat.
Yeah. Feels
honestly,
like going, this podcast felt like going for like a long, beautiful walk in nature.
really. We hope you enjoyed it first and foremost.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did.
That's
I didn't know what to expect, and that was good. Yeah.
Well, honestly, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. It's definitely beautiful and inspiring, and
Thanks.
yeah, I'm just happy that we got to hear it from you here. Yeah,
We're
love
so
it.
grateful
Oh.
for you, man. Thank
No,
you so
thank
much
you.
for coming
No,
on.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thanks
What a
for being
legend.
the person that you are. And yeah,
Thanks for my
this is
mooncake.
a really good.
Of
That's
course.
okay. Actually, shout out to
Shout out
Raymond
Raymond.
Tan of Ray after that.
I
Beautiful.
love
I feel like we can shout out anyone on the podcast because we don't have any sponsors and
that. No,
we're just having fun
it's
with
so
it.
good. Yeah.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah, thanks, Nat.
No, thank you.
Beautiful. Love it.